White House Correspondence dinner took place Saturday evening, and well, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't hear anything about it, mostly because it's a bunch of out-of-touch elites being quote-unquote roasted by a bunch of who cares, washed-up political hack comedians, okay? So the most biting commentary over the top of this was, of course, Trump taking shots, some actual shots that, you know what, hey man, a vibrant press, an honest grouping of comedians would have pointed out. But Trump trashes the absolute disaster White House Correspondence dinner, takes jabs at Colin Jost. Yeah, because for whatever reason, that absolute hack who's been stinking up Weekend Update, the better part of a decade? Maybe even longer than that? I don't know. But if the best that you can do is a Saturday Night Live personality in order to host your big White House Correspondence dinner, like, come on, you got bigger jokes. Like, isn't Rachel Maddow or Joy Reid available? Donald Trump on Sunday trashed the White House Correspondence dinner after being mocked by President Biden and Saturday Night Live quote-unquote star Colin Jost at the annual event. Yeah, it used to be like a roast of the people in charge, not, oh, we love Biden and Orange Man bad, and everybody just clappers in response. The White House Correspondence dinner was really bad. Colin Jost bummed, and Crooked Joe was an absolute disaster. Doesn't get much worse than this, the former president whined on Truth Social. Well, no, he's entitled to his opinions, especially when he was the vocal part, the focal point of the entire dinner, because nobody could, muster a sack to go, hey, Joe, no, Joe, over here. I know that there's not a teleprompter or handlers for you to point you in the right direction, but your decrepit old ass, I'm surprised you haven't found a way to faceplant out of that chair that you're sitting in. But instead, no, it's, we'll see some examples here. Trump broke with tradition and skipped out on all of the White House Correspondence dinners during his presidency. Well, yeah, because it would have been just as awful as watching, the MSNBC's and Weekend Output. Like, it's just all trash, absolute trash. And the fact that nobody goes, oh, it's so nice that you got up on stage there, Joe, without Jeff Dunham behind you. Jesus. Some have speculated that Trump was scared by the White House Correspondence dinner in 2011 when then President Barack Obama mercilessly skewered him. Well, no, Barack's writers who put up his jokes on a teleprompter, because we've seen Barack try to ad-lib, and well, it makes Biden's current day articulation look smooth and silky, kind of like his scalp. On Saturday evening, during the annual event for the reporters and celebrities, Biden leveraged his appearance to take aim at his predecessor. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old. Well, if he was actually running against a 6-year-old, I think he'd be able to keep pace, mostly just with gleeful anticipation to know what the new scent of L'Oreal is. Biden, 81, said during his speech, age is the only thing we have in common. My vice president actually endorses me. Yeah, because she wouldn't have a job otherwise. Like, nobody likes the bitch. Not even you. What's your vice president's name, Joe? Who's your running mate, Joe? Oh my God, here's one of the quips from very funny Colin Jost. Trust me, I've been reliably informed this guy's a comedian. It's after 10 p.m. Sleepy Joe is still awake like Donald Trump has spent the past week falling asleep in court every morning. I get it. It's funny because we're politically prosecuting our opposition. It's so funny, right? Ugh. Well, Fox News said he was just being anti-woke. Get it? It's funny because we're all political shills. Fucking hack. At one point, Jost had some fun with the New York Post. Frankly, I don't care. It's kind of like the rest of the country because, Christ almighty, man, politics has been boring. Not so much because it's like, okay, all the source material that's out there doesn't really tickle my fancy. It's just because nothing has been happening. This is the dog days of the election season where everybody is just simply trying to position themselves in order to get the nominations so that they'll be on the ballot in November, trying to see who's ultimately going to be at the top of the ballot in November, because we know that Trump is going to be there. Do we know Biden's going to be there? Everybody's just kind of going, I don't know what the hell to do. And the reason that Trump doesn't have to go to these dog and pony shows, doesn't really have to pay these any more mind than just a couple of Truth Social posts, is because he holds a comfortable lead in just about every poll that we've seen, from the leftist ones, from your Harvard Harris, Ipsos, Reuters, your Rasmussens of the world. Trump is up across the board, a place where he was, double digits behind both Biden the first time around and Clinton in 16? Like, this is pointing to a Reagan or a Nixon-style landslide in November, which with this much forewarned advance warning, I'm just wondering, what exactly are the Democrats up to? As most find president's term a failure, according to a new poll. Well, which one are we talking about here? Nearly 2/3 of registered voters consider Joe Biden's presidency to be a failure so far. Yeah? No? With Donald Trump continuing to hold a comfortable lead in the race for the White House, a CNN poll said. CNN. Okay, this is a CNN poll, guys. The poll conducted by SSRS and released Sunday found that 49% of registered voters backed Trump over Biden's 43% in a head-to-head matchup. The network reported Biden's number, was at 45%. That's a great number. It's a fantastic number. As recently as January, so he only continues to slide. The poll also found that 61% of registered voters who were questioned considered Biden's presidency so far a failure. This is a CNN poll. 61% said that it was a failure, compared with 57% in January. So in a few short months, he's fell another 4 points. Wow. Well, only 39% said that it was successful. Yeah, where are you at? Okay, a dip over the 41% approval from voters at the start of the year. Nonetheless, 17% of those polled said that they don't like Trump or Biden. Very interesting that only 17%, huh? 17%. What's Biden to do? Because he's got all the celebrities, he's got all the media that's on his side, but everyday people, everybody is on the metaphorical Trump train. Well, he's just going to have to go ahead and shift his focus to buying social media influencers. Like, we've already seen that, right? Like, there was that one insufferable kid that you couldn't go anywhere. Obviously, you have David Hogg. I forget which one of those, shooting events that he, was bobbing and weaving through, and has now become one of the most insufferable anti-gun advocates who consistently gets ratioed on everything that he does. But there's that Harry Sisson little dork. I think that's the right one. But yeah, he's a verified Democrat shill. But we have some Instagram thoughts. Well, in this case, OnlyFans hoes. Ones that you've probably seen make the rounds. Both of them have been on Fresh and Fit multiple times over. I'd forget... he's the fake lawyer and she's the fake virgin. So yeah, if you've seen them around time and time again, they're both Destiny orbiters as well. So they appeal to simps and simps, okay? And they're out there talking, oh, look at that. Oh my God, they're so intellectual. It's so funny how, what's her real name? Okay, Farha there. Yeah, Farha. She's not wearing her, fake horn-rimmed glasses anymore. I guess that shtick is up, right? But they'd go out there and then they'd try to disprove the red pill and how toxic these fake alpha males are. But in reality, they're kind of the shills. Wow, the ones who have the most to say, the ones who are always the loudest, seem to be the ones who are actually committing the crimes that they're alleging everybody else does. So strange how that always seems to happen. OnlyFans creator Farha Khalidi, whatever, the fake Mia Khalifa, says that she was paid by the Biden administration to spread political propaganda. Is that the only thing that you were paid to spread? And was told not to disclose her videos or ads. Everything about Biden is fake. Khalidi said the Biden administration reached out to her because they wanted someone with darker skin sharing propaganda for Biden. Well, yeah, darker skin, and of course, a veritable lack of morals. I was doing full-on political propaganda, she said on her TikTok videos. The funny thing is, they're like, don't disclose this in an ad because technically it's not a product, so you don't have to disclose it's an ad. Biden is so popular that he has to pay people to support him. Yeah, we've seen this time and time again. It's just normally from more overt sources. People that I've mentioned before, but these pseudo-intellectuals just normally push leftist talking points, them collecting a paycheck from the federal government. Doesn't surprise me at all whatsoever. It's just so nice to have this come to the forefront, which, given their other professions, they're kind of accustomed to have things come towards them. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.